album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter.
Yeah.
And to all my peoples in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack, Mr. Magic.
Hey there, welcome to the locker room. Coach Arias here. Today's message is the F word. The F word. When I say that dirty 4-letter word, work, or when I swear twice and say hard work, faces turn up like I said the F word. The only thing that beats hard luck is hard work. So I see people all the time. They say, man, Simon, how do I get that? How do I get to start a youth program? How can I help my family out? How do I get a house on the water? How do I get a Bentley? We got to plan some of this stuff the night before. I say we got to plan the night before. We got to lay clothes out. We got to get up early and go to the gym. We got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. We got to grind. We got to not BS and plan every minute and take advantage of time, family and all. Everything got to be scheduled. They look at me sometimes and people, their actions say, not never the words, the actions say, no way, anything but that. But I want that car, I want that house, but I'll do anything but that. I ain't getting up that early in the morning. I ain't planning out. I'm not going to eat clean. I'm not going to do those things. When you say you want it, when people say they want it and they're not willing to follow the instructions, I say that 4-letter word is like, know the work you don't. Why the work wouldn't you listen to me when I try to give you the recipe on how to be successful? What I found is that people will spend more time and money playing the lottery and trying to find shortcuts than they will work. There's 168 hours in a week. That's what we don't realize is when you add it up, that's what it is. If we have 6 hours to sleep, 6 days a week, and I give myself 8 hours on Sunday, say, how many hours is that? That's 44 hours of sleep. 5 hours a week to work out. 20 hours a week to eat, dress, shower. Everything's scheduled. That's 69 hours right there. I got 99 hours left. If I work for 70 hours, if I grind 70 hours, I still got 29 hours left. That's after I ate, food, did everything, worked out, worked, everything. 29 hours left. That's longer than people think if it's planned out and organized. You can get big chunks of quality time with family and a little bit of social time if it's organized. Keep this in mind. I mean, this is the quote that keeps on sticking out to me. The man who does more than what he is paid for will soon be paid for more than what he does. Or the woman who does more than what she is paid for will soon be paid for more than what she does. You ever see people that just seem like they just got money rolling in and they're not working that hard? Chances are they grinded before when they weren't even making that much money for the amount of hours that they were putting in. That's the way this world works. You got to invest now in order to play later and get paid later. We got to pay now in order to play later. So for example, my daughter goes to bed about 8 o'clock at night. From 8 to 10, I get so much work done and I miss no family time. I plan the entire next day. Clothes are out, toothpaste is out, everything's already organized. The babies sleep till 7 o'clock in the morning. I'll work out from 6 to 7 o'clock in the morning and I still miss no family time. Other people go to bed at midnight, wake up at 8 o'clock and wonder why there's no time left, just as an example. This doesn't always fit, but you get the point on what I'm trying to say. If you're working hard, then ask yourself the next step, am I working smart? And have I worked at mastering my craft? Have I mastered what it is that I got to do? If I was given 8 hours to chop down a tree, you guys heard this, right? If I was given 8 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 6 hours sharpening my axe. Some of us try to chop that tree down with a butter knife, working hard, sweating, bleeding. What the work are we thinking? First of all, let's sharpen our axe. Let's master our craft. That may be mastering your script, mastering your products, Whatever is in your line of work, mastering those basics. If you haven't mastered those in the things that it takes in your business in the box, why are we reaching outside of the box? That's how we can work hard and work smart. And the last tip is on focusing. A focused hour. It's not the hour, it's what you bring to that hour. I know people who can get weeks worth of work done in 8 hours. When you're working, are you spending much time, too much time on smoke breaks, social media, too much time, talking to others, daydreaming, or are you focused on your family and your dreams? Don't be distracted by people who tell themselves that they want to accomplish this goal, or they tell their family that they're working so hard, when in reality, they're BSing for 2 hours a day, or taking 2-hour-long lunch breaks daily. And at the end of the week, they've wasted 14 to 20 hours BSing when it could have been invested into their family, into their dreams that they say they have no time for. That's an excuse. Stay the work away from people that don't focus and people that bring the most to that hour. If you can surround yourself with the people that bring the most to those hours, they won't waste your time. They won't drag you down. They'll lift you up. But here's the good news. Most of what it takes to be great has nothing to do with your degree or even how smart that you are or even what you scored on your SAT. It's in your control. Make the choice. Everyone was born with different gifts, but the choice to grind can be attained by everybody. You can choose not to be outworked. 10 years ago, when I came into this business, I made a private deal with myself that anyone in that office, I would outwork them. I can control that. And just like in football, when I was 5'7", 185 pounds, I would be laughed at when considered to be the starter, but I started 4 years in college and I was a captain. How can I beat out a guy that's 6'2", 200 pounds at safety with gold teeth? Work. Outworking people. In business, how can a kid with no experience from a blue-collar family come in and blow by people with 20 years of experience and master's degrees? That paper won't do the work for you. That's why. Too much talking, not enough action. Too much fiction hiding behind paper and not enough grind and work. So let's get it this weekend. You can't control the gifts that you've been given, but you can control if you outwork your opponent. Follow these tips. We'll be on our way to living our very best life. Thanks for joining me this week in the Locker Room, gang. Looking forward to seeing you all next week.